So after understanding the consumer's attitude and usage behavior of the category, what we want to understand next is the consumer's buying behavior and how the consumer buys this category. So questions that we would want to try to understand here are questions like, what is the amount of research that the consumer does prior to buying the category? Whose recommendation is the consumer seeking? Is the consumer looking for recommendations from friends and family, from people within her circle who have used this product? Is she looking for recommendations from experts? So if it is a skincare product and the consumer happens to have sensitive skin, then she will obviously want expert opinion, expert recommendations from a dermatologist as to whether this product is good for her, is it safe for her skin. So that is when he or she will seek expert recommendations. And then obviously advertisements. Advertisements play a huge part in informing the consumer as to what are the products out there, the brands, the benefits. And advertisements obviously across different media. You have the traditional TV, print, radio, and the new ones which are on the digital and social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, in terms of informing the consumer of the different products out there. So is the consumers, the next question is the consumer's purchase of this category a planned purchase or an impulse purchase? And generally it is a combination of the two. So for example, candies, chocolates, a huge impulse purchase category. And that is why you would see in both traditional Kirana stores as well as modern trade stores that these products in this category dominate the checkout space, the space on the counter, because impulse is huge in this category. Another question would be, how often does the consumer buy this category? Is it bought on a weekly basis? Is it bought on a monthly basis? Or whatever the regular cycle of purchase is. The role of different channels as far as the category is concerned. Is it what percentage of consumers buy it on e-commerce, modern trade, traditional trade? And it's just not just a question of what percentage of sales come from these channels. It is also a question of whether it is the first purchase of this category or of a new brand in this category or a repeat purchase. So if I'm buying something for the first time, I may want to physically touch and feel the product. So that may be in a traditional trade or a modern trade setup. But once I have seen the product, liked the product, and convinced that this product works for me, then for convenience and possibly the price discount, I'm buying it on e-commerce thereafter. So those are elements that you would want to understand better. Then what is the thought process that the consumer uses to decide between different brands? Is it a question of pricing, the question of how the consumer is the brand is advertised? Is it what is the importance of influencers used? Is it Shah Rukh Khan who's advertising this product on TV? Is it Amitabh Bachchan who's talking about it? And does that drive or influence the consumer's buying behavior or decision between between brands? And then obviously the role and importance of pricing, the packaging, and promotions that sway the consumer's buying behavior between different products and brands in the category, or the category itself. So if the category is on display, on promotion in modern trade, is that only time she buys this category, or would she buy the category even if it were not on display, not on promotion? So these are the different elements of the consumer's buying behavior that we want to understand when we interact with the consumer.